Hey everybody, it's the Mystical Badass Amy with 128 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. This reading is for Gemini. We are looking at what to look out for, what to avoid, what to do, what not to do. Everything. I'm asking for anything and everything under the sun. Let's see what Spirit has to say though, okay? If you have not, please go check out my website, mysticalbadass.com. All of my services are under the menu button. All my reading sessions are one-on-one. There's no emails. You can ask questions. It's a complete dialogue. Me and you, one-on-one. I also teach tarot. I have spiritual life coaching, and I offer Reiki services, and I teach Reiki. All right, guys. Oh, and I also have cord cutting. All right. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. All right. Real quick, let me show you before we get into this. I also have my zodiac candles available. These are all made to order. They're energetically personalized for you guys. Hope you can see that. So I do have these. I have a whole shop where I make all kinds of chakra candles, all different sizes, fertility candles, new moon, full moon, Zen, love manifestation candles, and of course the zodiac candles. This one here is Pisces, but they're all made to order. And Reiki infused personally for you. Okay. Gemini, 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 Gemini. Let's see what popped out here first. Okay. All right, so many of you Geminis, it looks like you feel like you are overwhelmed. There's a lot on your plate and you feel like you're being pulled in many, many different directions. I will tell you, you are handling it fairly well. Try not to let the anxiety get to you. Try not to let the stress get to you too much. You have a lot on your plate, but you're handling it probably better than you think. We are moving out of these rough waters of all of this stress very soon. So if you can avoid what brought you into this going forward, try to avoid that, because what I'm getting is to bring the lessons with you, just not all the stress, okay? You've got it under control more than you think, okay? This must be an air sign thing. There's some of you Geminis have been feeling a little bit detached, a little bit out of sorts. And I kind of feel like it's in all areas of your world. Work, friendships, love, relationships. You need grounded. Go outside, plant your butt in the grass, take an Epsom salt bath, burn some sage, carry around some grounding stones. Red jasper, black obsidian, tourmaline, smoky quartz. You have to do things that bring you back down to earth energetically and center you. And that's going to help you. I feel like this is why we feel overwhelmed. And this is why we're in the rough waters right now. This is why we have the anxiety right now. And this is also why you're feeling a little detached from pretty much everything, okay? So go ahead and ground yourself. Another thing I like to do is guided meditations. You can find them right on YouTube. Just search guided meditation for grounding and find a short one or a long one, but start short if that's what makes you feel comfortable. And, 10 minutes once a day, twice if you're feeling froggy. Go ahead and do it twice a day, but ground yourself. It's going to help you. Whatever this overwhelming feeling has been going on, it's interfering. If you're in a relationship, it is interfering. And if you're not in a relationship, it will interfere from gaining a relationship. Okay? Please, Gemini, take the warning, ground yourself, come to your senses. Not senses, not that you're losing your, well, you're kind of losing yourself, but I don't think that we're focusing properly. So, instead of this interfering with your relationship or a budding relationship, you've got to get yourself centered. Otherwise, it's just, there's sadness, a lack of passion, lack of emotional connection with your person or with a person that would be coming into your life. It looks like there's just been a lot of emotional obstacles, a lot of emotional roller coasters going on, kind of putting you in a bit of a funk. It's time. It's time for you to shed that, get rid of that skin, get rid of that old skin. It's like exfoliating everything. Or it's like starting a whole new book. Close the book, put it on the shelf. Let's start another one. You have got to get out of this funk, Gemini. It's possible, and it's probably easier than you think. If you're in a relationship, Gemini, and you notice that there's a detachment in this relationship, this can be rectified, but we have to go back to the drawing board. It's almost like going back and almost starting over, okay? This detachment that I felt right at the beginning of the reading and then still going into it, it's causing this barrier between the two of you, emotionally, mentally, probably physically as well. So we have to go back and start small. You're not going to just be able to jump back in and expect everything to be fine. You gotta, it's like starting at kindergarten and going through it, okay? Now, it's not going to be as hard this time because you already know each other. You've already been through, you know, some things, but let's go back to the drawing board here, because I feel like your person is feeling emotionally left out in the cold, and your person might end up with a little chip on the shoulder because of that, okay? This, again, this is all rectified. It's rectifiable, okay? We just have to we have to mend the sadness, mend the broken heart, mend the depression, mend whatever is causing this, okay? Start off with some short conversations. The conversations are key here. Now, I do see that everything was fine, or for the most part, everything was fine with this relationship. And then whatever the hell is going on, which I'm attributing a lot of it to Mercury retrograde. It seems like the air signs are very similar in their readings. You can go back and look at Aquarius if you want to. It's another air sign. I just did that, I don't know, 6-7 hours ago. But it feels energetically very similar to the Gemini. So anyway, communication is key. Get back to the point of celebrating your relationship, celebrating love, okay? You're going to come out of this okay. So those of you Geminis that are struggling, you're going to come out of this okay. And I want to remind you that if this resonates, accept the energy and make the tweaks that need to be made. If this doesn't resonate, chuck it in the bucket, because you're not going to want this energy, okay? But be real. If this sounds like what you're going through, then pay attention, okay? There is victory to be had as long as you do ground yourself and kind of focus and see where we need to make the changes, okay? For some reason, I'm also getting maybe, I'm not getting the hermit here, but I'm feeling a hermit feel to where you don't want to be social. You don't want to, you kind of want to just stay home and maybe look out the window, but not go out the window. So it's time to kind of turn your focus onto the future, not the past. And that's where this Mercury retrograde is coming into play. A lot of things from the past are creeping forward, whether it's memories or people contacting you, starting crap. But regardless, luckily we're coming out of this Mercury retrograde in just 3 days. There is a shadow period. But just, and that shadow period's, you know, like a week to 1 to 2 weeks. But I feel like I can already feel the Mercury retrograde energy shifting back to where we need to be. So I do feel that it's not going to be a horrible shadow period, okay? Again, you're going to be able to come out of this victorious, wanting to leave the house, wanting to go hang out, socialize, okay? So just try to keep that positive attitude of focus on tomorrow. Keep focusing on, you know, make the plan for the day when you wake up, but focus, keep striving for the next best step, okay? There will be happiness in the home again, a very lighter feeling, easier money coming in. So there is relief on the way. Family, okay, so those of you Geminis who have their own dependency issue or have somebody directly in their life with a dependency issue, you're probably going to, well, so if it's somebody else, then you're probably going to want to stay away from them a little bit. Pull back, keep them at arm's length while you are working on your getting back to you. If it is you with a dependency issue, whether it's drugs, alcohol, shopping, sex, codependency on another person, remember that you got to work on that, okay? It's showing up, it's showing up very strong here. So this is a very, very important issue here with this dependency thing coming up here. So while you might feel badly keeping somebody at arm's length, that's going to be what's best for you. And you need that right now. Okay. Some of you that feel like that relationship is up in the air, it is. It is up in the air. However, I feel like the tempers are going to come back down. The emotions, the high emotions are going to come back down. We're going to feel more grounded. You and your person are going to feel more grounded. Jump in, take this leap of faith together, get back to where you guys should be, where you need to be. Wow. The similarity between Gemini and Aquarius, if I remember correctly, is uncanny. There's also, you're going to be walking away from somebody. You are, and I do feel like it's for good or for a very long time. This person tries to come in, and I like to call them the thieves of happiness. And they're gonna just, they just try to steal happiness, try to make things rough for you. I do feel like once you start working on yourself and getting back to you, which is not going to take long, once you start working on yourself, you're gonna start to feel the effects almost immediately. So, and then when you realize this person is the stealer of the happiness, you're going to walk away from them, and it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. But there's a warning here. Don't allow them to steal your happiness anymore. Don't allow them to control your emotions anymore. It's not right. I will say this, when you walk away from this person, You are walking off like into the sunset. So it's into pleasantries, into good energy, calm energy. And so I don't feel like you're going to have regrets from walking away, or resentments or guilt. Walking away is going to do you very much good. All right, Gemini, I'm just looking for some extra stuff here for you. Yeah, some of you are having trouble sleeping at night. Your mind won't stop racing. Anxieties, stressors. What else do we have here? Emotions running wild, communication lacking, or miscommunication. And there we go with the Mercury retrograde. Yep. So I'm not surprised. You're going to notice that with Mercury retrograde, the going direct, Mercury going direct, you're going, I feel like you're going to feel it if you just pay attention. You're going to feel the energies shifting. Again, those of you that are in a relationship and that it's been on the rocks, and you know you want this relationship to work, you know that it can work, you guys are getting another chance here. All right? It's important that you know that. There's no need to walk away completely. So, and this one was flipped up. So, the wheel of the year, it's the wheel of change, the wheel of fortune. There is a change coming. There is a shift coming. As long as you're open to it, this is a good change, Gemini. You have to have a little bit of patience with yourself. Don't dilly-dally, though. Like, I get this dilly-dally feeling like, I have everything that I need. I have all the tools I need. I just don't want to freaking do it. Or you're just putting it off for, I don't know, no reason. Coming up with excuses. So the change is happening. There's no better time than the present. Once you start making these changes, getting back to yourself. Again, it's not hard changes. You just got a little out of sorts and then detached. I feel like there was a cause. There was like a wrench thrown in your life. But you can get back to who you are once you start doing that. The feeling of getting back to who you are and feeling like who you truly are in your own skin, feeling like you again, it's gonna bring that celebratory feeling, and you're just gonna want to keep doing it. Your partner, also, those of you that are in a relationship, your partner also becomes grounded. It's almost like if you're grounded, they're grounded. If you're out of sorts, they're out of sorts. So, communication, again, with this communication. Communication brings the celebration. Communication reignites your passion. Communication keeps the tower from happening or continuing to happen. So you guys got to communicate if you're in a relationship, okay? If you're not in a relationship, what do we have for Geminis? Last bit of advice and guidance for Geminis that are single. Single Geminis. Single Geminis. What is the guidance? You still need grounded. Become more go with the flow. You're going to attract an energy, a love energy to you, the more grounded you are. Right now, it's like a repellent. So, nurture yourself. It's all about balance. Balance, balance, balance. You've got to be physically balanced, emotionally balanced, mentally balanced, and again, the Queen of Pentacles, grounded. Once you ground yourself and keep grounding yourself, so once you start this, stick with it for a while to make sure that you're centered. you're just going to feel everything's going to fall back into place the way it should be. Relationships, friendships, finances, pretty much everything, you name it. Okay? So I hope this was helpful for you, Geminis. Hang in there. Mercury retrograde's almost over. I think it messed with so many of us and so many relationships. This one was a doozy. It was a doozy. So if this resonated, let me know. Like the video if it resonated. Let me know in the comments if it resonated. I love to interact with you guys. Go check out mysticalbadass.com. See what I'm about. See what I offer. And I hope you all have a great day. Until next time. Bye.